This was supposed to be a very different video to what I'm making right now, but Sega just had to get my excitement and throw it away, just like they somehow always managed to do. So well done Sega, well done. So earlier today, we got the next trailer for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds at the Summer Game Fest, and in my opinion it was overall a great trailer. We got Mystic Jungle from Sonic Forces in there, we got the Sand Road area from Team Sonic Racing in here, then we got Hatsune Miku, the guy from like a Dragon Yakuza or whatever, and the guy from Persona, and you even got a crazy looking Minecraft track. Like, it was crazy, bro. It's a great trailer. And then to top it all off, at the end, the digital deluxe version of this game will have a Sonic the Werehog skin. It just doesn't get better than that. And yeah, I was right. It was not going to get better than that because it all went downhill straight afterwards. For a while now, the pricing and release date for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds has been kind of withheld from us for a while. It was getting a bit strange, so obviously with this trailer we got the release date, which is September 25th, which is, again, a pretty good release date. I'm happy with that one, yeah, I was hoping for that. But weirdly, there's no price in sight when I go into the Steam page for the game. There's no pricing there. How strange. Now, why would Sega be hiding the pricing for this game? It's very weird. I mean, they were seeming very confident with Takashi Iizuka slandering Mario Kart World's name on stage, and just overall, the way they've been talking about this game, they seem very confident. So Sega, where's the price, bro? Come on, can you show us a bit more confidence, man? Like, come on. Why do you seem so scared right now? What's going on here, Sega? Come on. But now, finally, we know the price of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and yeah, I can see why Sega was so scared to show this pricing now, because before we just take a look at all this, let me just ask you a question right now. Do you remember how every single person on this planet Earth was complaining about how Mario Kart World, you know, the successor to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, one of the most popular video games of all time, was priced at $80? Yeah, I mean, you should remember that because that was only like a couple months ago. And let me ask you something else. Do you also remember a lot of people saying that, oh yeah, forget Mario Kart Worlds, mate, don't buy that game, support our consumer-friendly company, Sega, with Sonic Racing CrossWorlds because it will be cheaper? Yeah, you do remember that? Okay, cool. So let's just take a look at the pricing of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds because there's a lot to break down here. So here we have at the top, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds Physical Standard Edition. So for the Nintendo Switch and the OLED model and the Switch Lite version, it is priced at £54.99. And because we're going to get screwed over by currency conversions, just as always, in the US, that is going to be $60. Now, I might be a bit confused here because, hang on a second, why is it only talking about the Switch 1? Like, what's going on with everything else? Well, here you go, mate. So, for the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC, we have a price point of £64.99, which is of course $70. But hold up, we also have a Nintendo Switch 2 version available at a later date. What does that mean? Is it not even going to be available on September 25th? Are we joking here now? So just how Sega tried to rob people by making people pay again for the Switch 2 version of Sonic X Shadow Generations, they might try and pull it here again by making people see that, okay, the Switch 2 version isn't available right now. Okay, I'll buy the Switch 1 version instead. And then when the Switch 2 version is available, Sega will go, no, hang on, mate. You ain't buying like an upgrade pack. No, buy the whole game again. Just the kind of behaviors I expect from my consumer-friendly company, Sega. Am I right, guys? Yeah, am I right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Then for the digital standard edition of the game, yeah, it's all pretty much the same thing here. Makes sense. So before we move on to the digital deluxe version of the game, let's just take a breather right now. $70 for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. It's 70. Let me ask you one question. Do you really think a Sonic kart racer is worth $70? Not even Sonic Frontiers was $70. That game was $60. Not even Sonic X Shadow Generations was $70 because that game was $50. So I'll ask you again, do you think a Sonic kart racer is worth $70? With this game being $70 for the base game, might I add, I expect the highest production value ever for a Sonic game. And no, that is not the case for this game in the slightest. Visually, this game does not look perfect at all. For starters, the animation and just the visuals overall. And yes, I'm going to get into nitty-gritty, nitpicky content now because the game's $70, right? So it should be worth that price. And looking at it right now, it's not worth that price. These are still the horrible models that we have been Frankensteining since all the way back in 2008 with Sonic Goat Leashed. And sure, the animation quality might have slightly improved since then, but this game is $70, right? So why is the improvement not bigger of a jump? But okay, Team Sonic Racing had a story mode maybe, and since the budget in Sonic games has gone higher, maybe we can get fully animated cutscenes in the story mode in this game, right? Well, let me stop you right there because Sonic Racing CrossWorlds does not have a story mode. And while I don't hate that idea at all, to be honest, because it just means you can do more interesting things with this game because you can just not stick to the canon anymore. For a Sonic game boasting a $70 price point with only 24 tracks, and no, unfortunately, 15 added CrossWorlds does not count because you can't play the CrossWorlds on their own as a 3-lap to race. Unless Sega want to prove me wrong on that, I will happily take an L there and Sega will say, no, don't worry guys, you can play all the CrossWorlds as a separate track. In that case, there'll be like, what, 39 tracks in this game then? And if that is the case, then again, I'll put up my hands and say, alright Sega, you got me. I'm liking that. But then the base character roster for this game is only 23. For a $70 game, might I add. From the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, only 23. Is all you could think of, really? We have the whole entire Sonic the Hedgehog franchise to choose from, and out of this measly 23 characters in this roster, one of them is a goddamn egg pawn. And also these crappy renders as well. These are $70 renders, by the way. You're paying $70 for these crappy looking renders. So yeah, in its base form, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is not worth $70. This game is a $50 game right here. Sonic X Shadow Generations released not even a year ago, and that game knew its place with its price point. 50 was a very fair price for that game, and 50 would have been a very good price for this game. But now, we've forgotten something though. The DLC, the Digital Deluxe version, okay, right here. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds Digital Deluxe Edition on the PS5, PS4, Series X and X, Xbox One, Switch 2 and PC, £80, which is pretty much $90. Now what do you get in this Digital Deluxe Edition? Now let's see here. You get the Season Pass, and from what we saw at the end of the Summer Game Fest trailer, there are approximately 6 seasons. Then you get to play the game 3 days early. Well, okay, once again, this is a cheap little thing here. This is a lie. You're not playing the game 3 days early. The people who just don't buy this are playing it 3 days late. Let's not lie to ourselves here. And to make this even worse, people on the Switch 1 version don't even get to play it early either. Well, screw those guys, I guess, too. And then you get Sonic Prime playable characters. Wow. Something that should have been in the base game. Wow, okay. So the main selling point of this Digital Deluxe version of the game is the Season Pass, which is why it's $20 because there are 6 seasons of DLC for this game. Which of course is going to get the Minecraft stuff, the SpongeBob thing that got leaked as well. Then you got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff, the Aang stuff. Like, there's a lot of DLC for this game pretty much. And honestly, I'm gonna say it right now, the Digital Deluxe version of this game being $20 more than the original price point is quite fair, all things considered. I mean, just look at how much DLC you're getting with the Season Pass. It's pretty hefty, I can't lie. But the problem is, we're adding $20 onto a $70 base game for a Sonic spin-off car racing game. The only way this game should be reaching $70 is with the Digital Deluxe version, because the base game should have been $50. I thought this was our consumer-friendly company, Sega. What happened here, bro? The full Sonic Racing CrossWorlds experience is $90. Remember all the people clamoring saying that, oh yeah, buy Racing CrossWorlds over Mario Kart because it's gonna be cheaper. Well, Sega thought they were funny with this one and thought, no, forget 80, we can go higher, bro. How about 90? And because people are probably stupid, I hope this video can actually convince people to not be stupid, but I hope people cannot be stupid and just not buy this game for that reason. You know, actually, no, I won't say that. I hope people won't be stupid and will refuse to buy the game at full price. I think that's a better way to phrase it, actually, because when the game eventually and inevitably drops down price, then you can start buying the game, I say. That's probably the optimal point right there. Because, I mean, it's a Sonic game, right? It's going to go down price at some point, because it sure as hell isn't going to do that if it's a Nintendo game, I'll say that. And by the way, some people have said this in the past, but just because the game goes on, you know, a discount, that doesn't excuse the original price of the game, because people would have still had to buy the game at that price. So nobody wins here, because one, people who are buying the game at that base price are getting robbed, and then two, people who are waiting for a discount have to wait long to play the game in the first place. So nobody wins here. And I am sorry, but this stuff cannot run here, mate. I'm sorry. I ain't about to let this Sega run away like this and get away with it, because no. Just no. The entire gaming community gathered together to slander Nintendo's name for $80 Mario Kart Worlds. So I better see the exact same people, especially those Sonic fans, putting Sega down for doing something even worse here. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is not $70. It is $90. Because be honest with me, most of the people buying this game are not buying it for the base game. They're buying it for the collaborations. That is probably one of the biggest selling points of this game now after that trailer. And to get those collaborations, you're gonna have to pay $90. So no, this game is not $70. The full Sonic Racing CrossWorlds experience is $90. And I think we can all agree here that is ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, that about does it for today's video then. So bit of a ranty video, won't lie, but I personally think I'm 110% justified here because, bro, we were all slandering Nintendo's name for $80 Mario Kart. So who does Sega think they are, thinking they can pull up with $90 Sonic Racing CrossWorlds? Sonic ain't got anything on Mario's name to be doing stuff like that, mate. If people are complaining about Mario, you better believe people are just not buying Sonic Racing CrossWorlds at all. Even though people didn't like Mario Kart World's price point, they'll still tolerate it because 1, it's Mario Kart, and 2, there was the bundle with it. But what does Sonic Racing CrossWorlds have? Oh, it's just Mario Kart but with Sonic. Okay, I'll pass, I suppose. And that's the reaction that I hope people have, because Sega deserves it after this, mate. Like, God, I actually can't believe this, man. I'm still in disbelief right now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this news. Are you also as devastated as I am at this $90 price point for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds? Let me know down below. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially that last one. Don't forget to become unleashed by hitting that join button down below. And remember, it's not necessary. And I will see you all next time. Peace.